Why am I looking at you? You're a...
Are you ready to rumble? It's a sports theme day, so hey, how's it going? This is Brandon. You're watching another episode of Mathroom, where I do math on bathroom mirror. I'm your host, and today I'm a little bit worn out. I've been outside working, built a fire pit in my backyard, worked up a sweat. Got me thinking about other activities that go on that are difficult, and I thought about one we can't do anymore because it's against the rules during quarantine, and that is basketball. But this isn't basketball room. This is math room. So instead of basketball, today we're going to talk about basketball. So I know you guys are all really excited. I think it's going to be interesting. We're going to talk about two things. Well, really one thing, and they're going to be area. It is going to be area. I thought it'd be interesting if we would look at the area of a basketball court and a basketball. So let me clear the board real quick, even though I just wrote on it, and that way we can get some working space going. There it is. So I have the dimensions for a basketball court on here. These are the dimensions of a women's basketball court. I looked at the WNBA. It may be the same for NBA. I'm not sure, but this is the WNBA court. Dimensions are 94 feet times or by 50 feet. This is also information regarding a women's basketball. I found the circumference of the basketball is 28.5 inches. So what I've written up here, what I've drawn up here rather, is a basketball court. We're going to find the area of this. We talked about area whenever we looked at the area of a Dorito, and just to cover it real quick one more time, area is all of the space that it takes up inside of this rectangle. So area is all of this space. And in order to find the area, you have to multiply the length by the width. Every time I've seen length times width written on a poster or on anything, it's always been in cursive. I think it's because math tries to keep it fancy. So the length times the width. Most of the time your length is going to be the bigger number, the width is going to be the smaller number. So we are saying that it is 94 feet long and it is 50 feet wide. And so we're going to find out what that is by doing some super speed multiplication. Alright, so I did the multiplication. I did 94 times 50. Cool trick, whenever you're multiplying by a number that has a 0 at the end, you can move it over a place value and then just drop that 0 down and then do your regular multiplication. A lot of times will speed up the process. So the area of a basketball court is 4,700 feet. That is a lot of feet to run around on a basketball court scoring shots. So now I want to look at something a little bit more difficult, and that is going to be the area of a basketball. So now we have a neat basketball drawn up here, and I've included the information that the circumference of a basketball is 28.5 inches. And so I've drawn the circumference is the measurement all the way around the sphere in this case. So if you were to take a tape measure and go all the way around a basketball, you would get 28.5 inches. So now what I have written up here is this is the formula for circumference. Circumference is equal to 2 times pi times r. And so the important thing is that radius is in this formula and we have the circumference. So if we know this, but we don't know this, then all we have to do is put that number here, 28.5, that's the circumference of the basketball, and then we just have to solve for r, just like we do on equations. So let's do some super speed math. Okay, so what I've done is I had 28.5 is equal to 2 times pi times r. In order to get r by itself, I divided and I got 2 pi away from it. So I divided by 2 pi here, I divided by 2 pi here. 2 pi has a value. It's approximately 6.28 because pi is approximately 3.14. And so we have 28.5 divided by 6.28 should be equal to r. When you do that, you end up with approximately 4.5, which means now we have our radius, and that means that we can find our area. Let me clear the board real quick and we will find it quickly. So what I have written up now is the formula for area of a sphere. A basketball is not a flat circle, it is a three-dimensional circle, which means it's a sphere. The area for a sphere is 4 times pi times r squared. We learned just now that r is approximately 4.5, and so our formula will be area is equal to 4 times pi times 4.5 squared. So what we're going to do, order of operations and some quick math, I'll finish it up. Yeah, I really didn't feel like working out all the math. I already did it before on a card, plus I've been working outside building fire pits, so I feel like I've got a good excuse. So there's a little peek behind, I do the math beforehand, and there's a look behind the curtains like on The Wizard of Oz. So the area of the basketball is 254 inches. So now you know the area of a basketball court, you know the area of a basketball, and you just got done playing Mathgetball. Thanks for listening and watching more of the shows on Mathroom, and I hope you listen some more and have a good day.
Why am I looking at you? You're a